With a record-setting year when it comes to gun violence in the city of Portland, Multnomah County is looking to disrupt the cycles of violence through counseling.
New at 6:30 this morning, Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez breaks down the thinking behind the county's new gun violence behavioral health team.
You could describe this as a downstream intervention. The county wants to provide resources after a violent incident to the families of those involved. But the idea is that the intervention will also have upstream effects by preventing more violence.
With each shooting in the city of Portland, there is collateral damage, grieving families whose loved ones have been injured or worse, killed. Grief that can turn to anger.
Well, what we know about people who have experienced trauma, or what I hear all the time, is hurt people, right? So if you've experienced pain, you're more likely to act out in pain unless we can address that pain.
With that in mind, Multnomah County is investing about $1.5 million from the American Rescue Plan to launch a gun violence behavioral health response team. The program will include 3 clinicians that will offer counseling services for families impacted by gun violence.
So what we see when folks don't process their healing and don't acknowledge the trauma that's been in their life is that it doesn't just go away. It resurfaces in different ways into adulthood.
Yolanda Gonzalez is Director of Clinical Services for the county's Behavioral Health Division. She says she's done this work on the ground herself and seen the investment in families make a difference.
A lot of times our mental health providers can provide a lot of hope for families, and that there is a hope for change, or that there is hope for healing, and that there's hope for the future for themselves and their children.
The team of clinicians will work with the district attorney's office to reach families who might be in need of help, with the idea that healing and hope could stop the next round of violence before it starts.
To really partner with these families and welcome them into healing space. And then it's walking alongside of them. It's grief and loss and pain, and trauma is not linear. And so it's really just showing up and meeting them where they're at and seeing what their needs are around it all.
Along with this response team, the county is also investing roughly the same amount of money in its community and adolescent health team. That program will focus on outreach in priority neighborhoods and offer community-based mental health services for children and families. I'm Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.